Good morning, students. The aim of the experiment today is to determine the strength of potassium permanganate in the given sample of solution. Strength. We'll talk about the strength. What does it mean? Strength means grams per liter. How many grams of potassium permanganate has been dissolved in 1 liter of solution? That is called as a strength. So what we have done, I have randomly chosen some amount of potassium permanganate and dissolved it in water. And the total volume I have made it is equal to 1 liter. But how much I have added? That is to be determined. So what is the method? Method is the titration. By the titration process, we can determine the strength, molarity, or any concentration term of the solute. So for that, what do? We have a standard solution of 0.1 molar oxalic acid. See the oxalic acid. It's the hydrated acid. So first of all, we will be making the standard solution of oxalic acid. So how to make it? You have done the chapter of solutions where you have done the concentration terms. So molarity is equal to number of moles, means weight upon molecular mass upon volume in milliliter. Then I have to multiply with 1000. Molarity I have to make 0.1 molar. How much weight? Molecular mass of oxalic acid is 126. Volume, how much I want to make? I have made 250 ml. So from this calculation, I get 3.15 grams. So what I have done, I have weight oxalic acid 3.15 gram and dissolved in water. Some amount of water, 50 milliliter. When it is completely dissolved, I added water and total volume is made is equal to 250 milliliter. That is the standard solution of oxalic acid. Now, come with me on the apparatus now. Here what I have made, this is my potassium permanganate. I have made it 1 liter, then from that I have taken this in this beaker. Its concentration is to be determined. And this is my oxalic acid. I made it 250 milliliter oxalic acid by dissolving 3.15 grams of oxalic acid in 250 milliliter of water, total solution. And what do we need? Now how to do it? Titrant, we take it in the purity. And analyte, whose concentration is to be determined. I will take it in this conical flask. Analyte and titrant, 2 words now. Titrant is the potassium permanganate and analyte is the oxalic acid. So, what I will be doing, I will take some amount of oxalic acid, certain amount. When I talk about that amount, common man thinks amount means in some milliliter or in some grams. But being a science student, you should know that amount, the SI unit of the amount is the number of moles. So I have basically taken some moles of oxalic acid in this conical flask. I will be adding here the potassium permanganate. The reaction will take place between the oxalic acid and the potassium permanganate. The reaction is a redox type of reaction. It's a redox type of reaction, where this potassium permanganate will act as an oxidant and oxalic acid will act like a reductant. Oxidation reduction reaction will take place. So if their number of equivalents are not equal, at a certain point they will become equal. The complete reaction has taken place. Extra drop of the potassium permanganate that will add to the oxalic acid will bring the color from colorless to pink. This is called as an endpoint. Endpoint means the reaction is now complete. From here, there will be measured how much volume of the potassium permanganate has been consumed. So, let us start now. Here I have a conical flask. This is the oxalic acid. And here I have this instrument, we call it, it's a pipette, 20 milliliters. It means this is a mark, you can see here a mark. Up to this, it is exactly 20 milliliters. We have to fill up to this mark. By sucking it, we don't have it these days, the sucker, but I'll do it with my lungs. They're the best one to create a vacuum, and so. And before I proceed ahead, let me tell you that you have to take precautions in the lab. You must have proper gloves, eye gear, and a lab coat. And you must be wearing shoes, very important, because some acid, some base, some chemical can come in direct contact with the skin, so it may damage you. You have come in the lab for the experimentation, but not for the adventure. So first step is I'll take this oxalic acid into this, little bit above the mark, and then I'll slowly slide it down and make it up to exactly at the mark point. So it is slightly above the mark, and drop by drop and make it like this. It is exactly now at the end point here. Transfer this 20 milliliter of oxalic acid into this conical flask. And this reaction takes place in the acidic medium. So we have to add 20 milliliters of sulfuric acid to make the solution acidic. This test tube is of 20 milliliters. So I have filled one test tube and adding here 20 milliliters of acid. And then we have to heat it to 60 to 70 degrees. But this weather is too hot already. And basically what the purpose of heating is to make the reaction faster. As you studied in the chemical kinetics that with rise in temperature, the rate of reaction becomes more. It's already too hot in my lab. So reaction will take place by itself. Don't worry. Even if it goes slowly, it's not a much issue. But procedurally, we must heat it. So now, let us focus upon this burette now. Before I filled this burette, I rinsed it many times with potassium permanganate, so that even a few drops are not there in the burette. Complete humidity should be removed. There should be no water vapors even, right? It should be completely dry. And then I added it and fill it up to the 0 mark. You can see the 0 marks. Just a minute. Let me clean this first. And bring the label right to the 0 point. And since it's a colored liquid, we have to measure upper meniscus. Upper meniscus, as soon as covered the 0 point, we have to stop. That's it. So I think I have done it perfectly. It is 0 mark. So 0 to 50. Now start. titrate it. How to titrate it? We were dropping the potassium permanganate in the oxalic acid drop by drop. The speed should be somewhere 20 drops per minute, should be more than that. And keep on shaking it like this. And one hand on the knob, and with another hand keep on shaking it. Don't look at the volume of the potassium permanganate, but look at this beaker. As the color changes from colorless to pink, stop this knob and then we'll take the reading. So this is a drop by drop. The color should change from colorless to baby pink, and that's the end point. It will appear pink, and the baby pink you can see, and this is the volume consumed. How much volume of the potassium permanganate has been consumed? It is exactly 1 milliliter. Exactly 1 milliliter. Now, the experimentation reading is over. This is the one reading. Take this reading 3 or 4 readings and take the concordant reading and then go for the calculation. M1 V1 upon N1 is equal to M2 V2 upon N2. Let us go back to the calculation board now for this the final calculation part. We take the reading 1 milliliter. So this oxalic acid reacts with the potassium permanganate and the stoichiometric coefficient is 2 and 5 as we studied in the electrochemistry and the redox reactions. So it's like M1 V1 upon N1 is equal to M2 V2 upon N2. Regrettably, this is for the potassium permanganate and this is for the oxalic acid. Right. This molality of the potassium permanganate is to be determined. Volume is 1 milliliter divided by 2. Molality of the standard solution of oxalic acid is 0.1. Volume we have taken 20 milliliter, and from here we get the molality. And strength is equal to molality into molecular mass of this potassium permanganate. So molality multiplied by 158, this will be equal to X gram per liter. That's how we have to take this experiment. It's a simple experiment. I hope this is one of the good experimentation. So when you come in the lab, perform this, and before that, perform this experiment on the OLab, a virtual lab, that I have already shown it in my class. You can perform it here. Thank you very much.